made connection to all the marketing things. Now you have set up the goals, you have set up the filters. Now what you have to do is you have to go into reportings. You can see the real data now. Let me open some account. Let's open your account and see the analysis of it and do the analysis of it so that it will help you out what exactly we have to do. So I'm making you a presenter, okay, so that you can share your screen. वीडियो से कोई फर्क नहीं है ना? मैं तो बोल रहा You can select it for 1 month. So
Sorry?
You can select it for 1 month, the last month. Yeah, that is pretty fine. Okay, once you have logged into it, just a second, sorry. You know how many sessions you must, how much you know about Google Analytics?
Just surface level.
What is the session then? Do you know what is the session?
Yeah, the session is like how many people are engaged with the website, right? It's almost similar like your unique visitor. Is that right?
Not unique visitor, any visitor.
Any visitor.
Yep. Okay. Unique visitors are users.
Okay.
Okay. Because user contain the uniqueness. Session, a user, if make 2 sessions, then it will be counted as 2 sessions, but the user will remain the same. How this tracking happens is how we track on Google Analytics. We track it through cookies. Do you know that?
Yep.
Okay. And so let me ask you one thing. If I am logged in the same system with 2 browsers, 2 different browsers, will Google Analytics will count me as 1 user or 2 user?
1 user.
No. It will count me as 2 users.
Because 2 separate browsers, is it?
Yes. Because
Okay.
cookie is the property of a browser. It is not the property of the system.
Alright.
Okay, so once you you sign up with any other browser, whenever you sign up with login into any browser or any other device,
Yep.
you will be counted as 2 users. So that's why the data is not much accurate, but Google is trying to do that and they will be surely able to do it in the future. But let's concentrate over here. You are getting almost 9 lakh sessions, and if you see the data is number of users you are getting is somewhere near 5.5 lakh, and the page views is approximately 13.5 lakhs. And if you see the bounce rate is 80%.
Yep.
There is a difference between what we have seen on SpyFlu and here. SpyFlu was showing somewhere 80.5 and it is showing 80s almost. Okay, so a bit of variation will be there. They are just estimating what will be the bounce rate. Okay, but you see the bounce rate is too high. What is bounce
Yes.
rate is somebody coming to your website and leave your website without doing any activity.
Yep.
Why such thing is happening, you have to identify. So let's today identify how we can do that, why the bounce rate is so high.
Okay.
There could be n number of reasons. One reason we already know, that the page loading time is quite heavy. It is quite high. Okay, let's try to find out, is there any other reason for that? So if you click on demographic, and if you, on the left hand side, if you click on demographic, just, yeah, overview. Your reports have been, some data in the report may have been removed when a threshold was applied. Can you change the date?
Should we look at December?
No, the Feb. You are admin of it, na? You are the viewer only. You're not admin of it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the main like admin person. Yep.
It doesn't have admin rights with it. Because if you have admin rights, you can set up all these things. If you don't have an admin rights, you cannot set up these things. Okay, you might be a user. So how to set up, why it is not showing the data is, reason is you have not linked Google Webmaster.
Okay.
Whenever you set up the Google Webmaster, you have to enable the site, these demographics on, so that you can see the age and gender of the people, so you are not getting any analysis. Otherwise you will be able to see the age groups, how different age groups are performing. I will be showing.
Can we link it now?
What?
Can we try to link it now, or my account access, I'm not able to link it?
Because you doesn't have an admin rights with it. You have to have
Okay.
to activate.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move to interest, because there is no data, we cannot read it actually. But as a marketer, you can detect which age group is performing better, which age group is not performing better, by looking at the different metrics to it. Let's go down, go to interest. I can even control your screen, I suppose.
So what are we looking at now?
Overview.
Off?
Of interest. I have clicked on it. Again, you have to enable. Still, you cannot see the data. Let's go to Geo then. You leave it. I will control it. Are you trying to control it? No?
No? No?
Then it's fine. I will control it and I will show you the data exact.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see the languages of people which is using your website. Okay, so you can see the language of the people who are using your website is ENUS, most of them. Then is ENGB. Most of the people who are using your website is using English. Then you have MSMY, that is Malay from Malaysia.
Yep.
Okay, so you can see there are very less people actually. There are very less people in the language of Malaysia. MS 6000, they are very less. Most of the people who come to your website are able to find are of English language. So that's why most of the global audience world over, where in India, if I talk about Hindi is the basic language or the mother tongue, but most of the people speak English only. Okay, so they search in English and everything happens in English. So also our traffic is of ENGB and ENUS only. So you can
I see.
you can analyze that we have to keep everything in English because most of the people can read and speak. Okay, and most of the people from these things are coming to your website. Or what else you can do is you can launch a new website, or with the help of a Google Translator, there is one plugin known as Google Translator which converts the
Yep.
whole website into in whichever language you want. Okay, so you can try that plugin even so that you can identify that whether you people want to use it in English or you want to use it in Malayalam. Okay, so this is some inference you are getting over here which you can identify. Okay, and even you can see those people who are using Malay language, they are spending only 45 minutes, whereas some who's using English, they are spending 1 minute 19 seconds. That is better. I don't know which language is this one. Just check this code. Okay, let me.
I think it could be Mandarin from China though. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Just a guess.
Let's ZHCN. Let's check.
Chinese.
Chinese. Very correct.
Yep.
So the people who speaks in Chinese language, they are spending a good time on your website. That is 1 minute 47 seconds. Okay,
Okay.
so you can give a language converter to them as well, because these people are coming to your website and
Yep.
they're trying to read it from English. That's why they're spending a lot of time. So you have to give more things into it. Okay, if you go for the location, you will be able to identify a lot of other things as well. Okay, the most of the traffic is coming from Malaysia. Approximately 5 lakh sessions out of 85% is coming from that. Rest is coming from US, Singapore, India. You always find an Indian traffic.
So you guys can read Malay as well.
Yeah, I don't know in India how many people speak Malay, but they might be listening it. Because a lot of people travel to India from Malaysia as well and settle down in India, because it's now open countries, both Malaysia and India. You can get tourist visa, you can get permanent residence quite easily. They have good relationships now. So a lot of people are settling down. So you can see a lot of traffic. You can see how your website is expanding in other regions. Okay, you can, if you are looking forward towards the marketing of your website, you can get the visitors from other countries as well. Okay, you can check out the countries as well as you can check out the states or cities in which the campaign is, the organic traffic is working the most. If you go down, you can see a lot of people are coming from Texas, Fairmont, Kansas, or if you want to look at the cities, you can find out a lot of other people. Okay, which city is giving the maximum one? The Coffeyville.
What do you mean by not set? This one here.
The not set is the one which Google does not want to tell you. When you are logging into your Gmail account, okay, when you are logging into your Gmail account and you are accessing Google, Google does not want to show the exact location of his user. Okay, that's why it shows all the values at not set.
Okay.
Okay, this is a stupid policy by Google, but still it follows it, so we have no other options to see not set, otherwise it will be much clear. Okay, you can see where your business can expand. Actually, if we look at Coffeeville, this city is spending like 10,000 people almost visit your website. That is a good amount of time they're spending on, this is a good number of people spending a time on your website. So you can think of expanding and branding in those cities as well. Okay, you can find out new location where you have the expansion. Okay, the next thing is the behavior.
Yep. So behavior is where we can see the bounce rate and all, right?
Earlier we have seen the bounce rate, but here we can get a bit better idea. Okay.
Okay.
Let me click on it. Again, this is not the exact behavior. Behavior tab is just below there. Okay, there is another behavior tab which is below acquisition. You will find
Returning visitor.
Okay. You have one behavior tab which will show you the exact behavior of the user. Okay, right
Yep.
now.
New versus returning.
It is just showing new versus returning, how you are retaining a good amount of people. If you look at, there are 5 lakh sessions happening on your site.
So I have no returning visitor. That's bad.
You have 3 lakh returning visitors.
305,000 returning visitors.
Yes.
But here,
Yes.
in this new session, is 0.
If somebody is coming to your website again, how it will be a new user then?
Oh, okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
You are retaining a good amount of visitors. If we see 57% of the audience which you are getting is retaining, that means your website is giving a valuable content. That's why people are coming again and again on your website. And if you
Yep. But this number, we have to reduce it, right? Like you were saying, this bounce rate is quite high.
Yes. You have to give them some activities, different activities on the page so that you can have a better idea. And if you see the returning user spends 1 minute to 22 seconds, whereas the new visitor spends only 43 seconds. So always in these websites like your website where people get a lot of entertainment sort of things, people spend a lot of time. Always returning user always spend a lot of time in comparison to a new visitor. So you keep on do remarketing so that whoever has visited your website, he can come again. So you can, today we have learned how to do remarketing. You can remarketing your all new upcoming shows. Okay, and make the banners of them and remarket them. So that would be the way you can bring the returning traffic to your website, and your website bounce rate might reduce up and you will get a better response. Okay, next is frequency and recency. In frequency and recency, if you look at this number of sessions, those people who have take only one session, okay, those people who have take only one session are 2 lakh or 2,28,000 or 29,000 people, means almost, you can say almost 40-45% of your audience is taking only single session. Okay, you are able to bring a lot of people to your website, but you are not able to retain them because a lot of people lose out to you after just only one session. So you're not able to give them a proper sort of engagement. That's why your bounce rate is very high and the time spent on the website is quite low. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to give them various engagements like You can let them request the song within the streaming page itself. You can let them read out the song lyrics, title, whatever the person is streaming on the live. You can give the lyrics of that as well. Okay, these kind of activities you can give them to retain. Okay, to improve,
Okay.
to get the value out of it. Third is engagement. Okay, how many people move out your website within 10 seconds? Just see the number.
Wow.
And your website takes 10
That's
seconds.
very high.
And
442.
and your website takes 10 seconds too. So even they doesn't see the page.
So that's one of the top analysis, right? It's because of the very slow page load. That's why people are bouncing off the website.
Yes. Almost 85% of your audience is just moving out within the first 10 seconds. 85% audience is a very big number. You can imagine how bad the time rate is. That's why your bounce rate is very high, because people start losing out the interest within the first 10 seconds itself. Because
and this is February, right?
Okay, that you have to understand. We find out the biggest reason is your page time earlier. We also know it, but in analytics, it proves that it is the thing which we were thinking was very correct. It's a fact now.
Yep.
Now, if somebody asks you why you have a big bouncing rate, a high bounce rate, you can define them with the metrics. If you go on the technology,
okay,
you can see a lot of things over here as well.
But other than page load, right? What are the other normal standard thing that is causing a high bounce rate? Do you know?
We will be seeing that in behavior as well. There are so many metrics are there.
Okay.
Okay, so if you look at go down and see the browser sessions, okay, most of the sessions are coming from Chrome. As you can see, there are 3.5 lakh sessions are coming from Chrome, and you can see the time spent is fine. But those who are coming from Android browser, if you look at their bounce rate is 89%. Safari in-app 91%.
Wow.
Opera Mini, it's still 80% is quite good in comparison to 91%. Okay, Android browser and Safari in-app browser are both mobile app browser. Yes or no?
Yep.
And,
yes.
And generally on the mobile devices, the internet works more slower in comparison to desktops. Yes or no?
Sorry, what was your question?
I am on the mobile device, the internet works slower in comparison to the desktops, because in desktop we have Wi-Fi, we have dedicated LANs and everything.
Yep.
So that's why the bounce rate is quite high on browsers.
Also maybe the other reason is our mobile, I don't think our site is mobile optimized.
Okay.
It means we don't have a proper mobile site, so whatever that appears on mobile could be all, I don't know, lopsided and bad.
Might be. We can check it out in screen resolution. Or even operating system you can get to know. We have another metrics for mobile, but still you can check it over here. Can you click on mobile operating? I'm unable to click it. It seems. Okay, now Android. See, Android devices bounce rate is
Android and iOS. Yep.
okay,
Yep.
and iOS is 89. But still in Windows and Macintosh, which are the desktop devices, it's still better.
Hello.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Are you able to hear me up?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yep.
Just give me a second. I've lost out the connection. Now it's clear, Johanna? Johanna, are you able to hear me up?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
So we can see your reason might be the correct one, where if you if you look at this, you might have the right thing also, that Android devices and iOS are not performing well. Might be the reason is your website is not optimized according to the
The
mobile.
apps.
Are you able to get my voice properly?
Yep.
Okay, fine.
For now, yes.
So you can understand there is some problem with the mobile devices. Okay,
Yep.
there is problem with the page loading time as well, and there is a problem with the mobile as well, a bigger problem in comparison to desktop device.
Yep.
Let's see. Do you have a mobile app as well?
Yes, we do. We do.
Do you track that one as well?
Sorry.
Do you track that one as
We have a
Do you
we
track?
have mobile app. That's by another different vendor altogether. That's actually managed by Radioactive. They do the mobile streaming and web streaming for us. So that mobile app is completely different from a mobile site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can, in the mobile, you can clearly see the bounce rate. There is some problem with the mobile devices. Either it might be the connectivity
Yep.
issue, or it might be your website is not opening properly in the device.
Yep.
Okay, now we have found out two reasons, two things you have to improve on your website. And if which devices are not performing well, you can get to know if you click on devices. Your website is not performing good.
Yep.
Okay, the first one is not set. You can see the bounce. You can arrange the data again with the bounce rate.
All the Apple phones.
All the Apple phones have 90%, except Apple iPhone, the most older version
Oh
of.
my gosh.
You can see your
Yep.
sessions. Most of them are 100%. You can, according to the mobile device brand, Let me click on these sessions. Okay, it's the same thing with every device somebody is using. There is hardly any difference. Everyone is 80, 85, 85. Okay, so there is a huge problem. Let's see the service provider who is providing the internet service to them. Okay, so you can see is there any with every type of service provider, it's again the same thing. So there is a problem with the mobile site. Okay, you have to check it why there is a problem with the mobile site. You have to open it and get it optimized for your mobile device, or you launch a mobile website, a different mobile website,
Yep.
so that you can work on. Okay, let's move to other metrics. Let's move to acquisition part.